Good morning. My name is Tom, and I come to you from the great state of Maine. Get yourself a cup of coffee. We got a fun project today. I'm down here at the shop. I got a couple parts and pieces laid out here. Most of you that do some target shooting will know exactly what this is. This is I say close to a ½ inch. It is a ½ inch. ½ inch piece of steel for shooting at. I had that given to me for my birthday. So now it's time. I was down in the basement yesterday. And I come across an old rack, a construction sign rack, for holding up a sign that says men working. So I would say it was down in back of the well pump. I would say it's probably been down there for 30 plus years at least. And I said, hey, that would work pretty good for this bracket. So why are we doing this? Well, you all know, if you've been following my channel here, is I have 4 grandsons that are growing up, and they need things to shoot at. And we're all headed to the cabin here pretty soon for our trip that we do every single year. And most people, you know, they maybe play other games at the cabin, but ours kind of revolves around shooting. Go figure. Go figure. We always set up targets. So it's every year, find a new target, something fun to shoot at. They love to shoot at anything that makes noise and falls over. I got them, shooting paper targets too, but that's not nearly as much fun for them 4 grandkids, if you can imagine. We've set up everything from eggs to marshmallows to cans and small water jugs, all that stuff. So this year's going to be small jugs that I've been collecting, plastic ones, because they really take a beating and keep on kicking. So a can, you can shoot it a few times, it blows it all to pieces, and then the shot will go right through it and you don't know if you hit it or not. So, but what we've noticed is these jugs, they absorb the bullet and just shoot at them all day long when we go to the shooting range. So we're going to be shooting some of those, and we're going to be shooting some of these. I had a little fun yesterday because one of them's a little better shot than the other one. So I said, we got one target that is this size, and I won't give the name because I don't want to embarrass them. I told them afterwards I was just playing anyways. It's just to get them to practice a little bit more, Then the other grandson, I said, and this one's for you. So we got to make a rack here that'll hold all this stuff so it'll swing freely on my bracket I've got. I thought you guys might, and I want it portable so that I can haul it back and forth as well as take it over to the shooting range. My plan is to shoot this thing with, we have a air rifle that we use at the cabin just because it's easier for the whole family. And it's still got a scope. It's a Remington. One pump on the barrel and she's ready to fire. And I forget how many feet per second, but it's enough that you could go squirrel hunting easily with it. But it's just like shooting a regular rifle. It doesn't cost any money. So that's a really good thing for all of them to practice with. So I also shoot. I'm going to shoot this with that, and we're going to shoot it with a 22 rimfire. That way my bracket and stuff like that doesn't have to be really big like for the big rifles and the big pistols. Like I said, I want it portable to take back and forth from the shooting range as well as to the cabin. So this is where we're going to start, and we'll take it from here. Yeah, you'll see all these pieces as we go, so I won't take time here to go through it, but this will be today's video anyways. We're doing our darndest to make sure them boys can shoot just like Papa. So, alrighty, well, let's get going welding this thing up. Well, this is my bracket. We'll dig all that out later and we can see more. Now we just got to figure out how this is all gonna come together. It ain't one thing, it's another. I think it's gonna go like that. I've got these pieces of chain, but I don't think I'm gonna need them. We'll save them for later. We'll save them for later. Alrighty. So it looks like we're gonna go like this. I want to leave it so that I can just unhook this from this for travel. So let's get the welder out. See what kind of trouble we can get into. It just needs to hold it a little bit. That's not going to do it. Well, that's not working very good either. Well, we gotta figure something out. Yeah, that worked. That looks okay. Now we'll go hit this one. Only thing different this time, we're gonna bolt this thing down. Hot. Oh, bummer. That one wasn't supposed to go there. That one's supposed to go down here. Well, let's see what we can do. Absolutely nothing. Gotta cut it off. Oh well. Supposed to put one out there. There! Dumb mistake. Little bit of country boy activity. Who says you need to go to the gun store to get something to shoot at? Not here in the great state of Maine. Before we went woke, we knew how to do stuff. That's all she wrote. Well, it's the end of the day. Time to call it a quits. You guys will think I work. Well, I got the shooting thing all built. I showed you earlier in this video, so we'll share that. I also needed a bracket for my bookshelf up at the cabin. I've got a post under it right now. I think I said that in the video earlier today. Probably this one, because we were getting ready to work on this. So I got this all built. A piece of bed iron. Old set of wire cutters that I had. I needed my 45 piece. So, and this is bed iron. Wow, man, does that stuff drill hard. So anyways, after I broke the third drill bit, I welded on some nuts for me to be able to screw this to the cabin wall. So the only thing left to do now is to paint it green. Since that's the only can of paint I have, I've got the bracket that holds the shooting thing. I got 2 coats of green paint on that. So now that this is finished and dried off, I'll give this a couple of coats of green paint just because. We might as well clean her up just a little bit, don't you think? I'd say get your coffee and have a cup of coffee on your way out, but it's the end of the day. My thermos is empty. And you know, this is gonna come out pretty quick here, but I did a video 2 days ago. It was a funny video, comedy video. You know, it was making fun of shaving some deer meat and all that, just playing good time sitting there at the porch, and nobody complained. There's a lot of people that loved it. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because something like that's just plain fun, and you lose subscribers over it. I can't figure that one out. It's not that a bunch of subscribers left, but you know, I probably picked up 10 subscribers with that video and lost 2 or 3. And I just think it's funny that when you're doing a funny video, just kind of lighthearted, I just think it's funny that you lose subscribers on a lighthearted video. So I look at subscribers like that as they never were part of the channel in the first place. If they're willing to beat feet on a funny video, oh my goodness, that must mean they only want the rant videos. So anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there just so you guys got something to maybe you could fill me in on why we lose subscribers on a funny video. It's not the first time. Anyways, I'm going to throw a coat of paint on this, and then it's going to camp with us so I can put this in while the boys are there, because that's right where they sit. Right under, I got a huge book library up there, and it sits right over the top of where they sit, and right now she was leaning pretty hard, so time to spruce her up. Well, you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.